Why am I even here? It is so crowded and it's so loud. So this is a story I've been wanting to tell for a while now. But if you don't make it towards the end of the video, I just have one big announcement. I will be doing a creator pop-up shop here in New York City on November the 28th. So if you can come out and say hi, I'm gonna have some new merch, but it's also gonna be with a ton of great NYC homies. John will be there. It'll be at Doton Space at 393 Broadway. Jacqueline, Timmy Ham, a lot of merch, and the first 100 purchases get free tickets to a panel that's going on at 7 p.m. So details are in the description below, but let's jump into this video. So it's May of 2016. I'm currently living in Nashville, Tennessee, getting ready to move to New York City. I first visited New York when I was a senior in high school and I absolutely fell in love. I said, one day I will live here. And it was happening. I was turning YouTube into my full-time job. It was a very exciting time. And I will say, I love the pace of this city. A lot of the reasons people don't like it makes me love it. I love that everyone's out there on the street, walking fast, taking meetings, taking phone calls. People aren't rude here, they just have places to go. There's just a different energy here on the streets of New York that you won't feel anywhere else. And I would say that's my answer to why I live here. Why do you live in one of the most chaotic cities in the world? Yes, it's the hustle and bustle, but at the core of that, it's the people. And that's kind of what this video is about. The amazing creative geniuses here in New York City. So I'm getting ready to move to New York and I get this short email from someone who says that they have a spare room that I can live in while I find an apartment in New York. Now I know it's hard to find apartments in New York, so this is very intriguing, but oh my gosh, stranger danger? So after some vetting and FaceTime calls, I learned that this is a very sweet and nice mom who watches my videos a lot with her son. I show up to her house with all of my luggage ready to look for a New York City apartment, and to my surprise, she lives in the nicest home ever in the middle of Manhattan. She's not even home, but I have this beautiful, huge room all to myself, and that starts the wondering of, who is this Allison lady? Over the years, I've gotten to know her over brunches, and she's such a fabulous woman. I need to hang out with you more, Allison, if you're watching this. But she's actually at the beginning of something that I've been doing with my business partner, Chris Hall, for the past few years now, and that's Hustle and Why. That's a networking party for all of my creative friends, whether they're YouTubers, photographers, videographers, investors, CEO, really anyone who is creative and is in business in New York City. When I first moved to New York and I was telling Allison about all of the creative friends I know, but they don't know each other, she said, well, why don't we throw a party? We can have it here at my place. I'll get hors d'oeuvres, we'll set up a bar, I'll have someone come out and take photos, and you can invite all of your creative friends, and my friends can meet yours, Sara, and it'll be a great experience. So we did it. And I got to introduce all of my dope friends to each other. And from that first party, so many meaningful relationships came out of that I was like, oh my gosh, this has to be a regular thing.
This all happened. Mike and I started working together and our friendship started because of you.
We met at your first Peachy party.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Fast forward a few months, I was telling my friend Chris about it, how I wanted to continue these, but I wanted to be bigger and more people and more things involved. And that was the birth of our first Hustle New York, Hustle and Why. With his connections in the startup world and the business world and all the people that I've gotten to know in New York, it just kept growing and growing. So we had it at Doton Space, 393 Broadway, at the Hint House, and now where I feel like everything has been leading up to a Hustle and Why on a yacht cruising the Hudson River with views of Manhattan. I haven't showed you any footage from this, but so much has led up to this, and there's been so many meaningful connections happening at these parties that it's just something I want to share with you. We're out here. It's another Hustle and Why event sponsored by B&H. Chris and me and B&H, guys, we don't play around. Look at this. Look at it. This is a beautiful, beautiful yacht that's going to be sailing on the Hudson River, and we're gonna be getting beautiful sunset Manhattan views. See, look guys, there's Manhattan. And we're gonna just be sailing all over it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh, and also guys, look at this sick pantsuit.
Not that many companies who actually support creators in New York, but B&H is definitely one. Can we get a big round? Me and Sarah don't have boats. We would not be possible. This is not possible without Michael and the B&H. Not yet.
One of the first iterations of Hustle NY kind of formed our very core friend group here, and so we have people who are partners in business or best friends. They've created YouTube channels just because they've been in a room like this. So who knows who you met tonight? That's what this is for, to find collaborators, find friends, and hang out with the most creative people in this freaking city. From saying, hey, you need to meet her and you need to meet him, and then worlds collide and businesses are created, YouTube channels are formed, friends are made. That is one of my favorite things on this planet. All of these parties wouldn't have been made possible by the people who help put them on, whether it's Hint Water or B&H Photo Video. If you don't know, they're the huge mega camera store in the middle of New York City. They're pretty sick. I wanted to share this just because, one, I think that's why YouTube is special. You get to document life and look back on it, but also share it with the people who mean the most to me. I feel like we have the coolest creative community here, and I am so stoked on it. But number two is not just to share this with you, but also to look towards the future and maybe get your feedback on how can we include people who not just I know or my friends know, but you guys who might not have any connections to this world. And one of the first iterations of doing that was recently we linked up with Doton, who again has that amazing 393 space, and I did a live podcast. YouTubers sold their merch, and then at night we had another Hustle NY event. And so that was kind of to test out the grounds. What does it look like to open things like this up to the public? And that just brings me back to November 28th. We are having another creator pop-up here in New York City, and it would be so cool to see you there. So there's going to be a panel at 7 p.m. at night. Only 100 people can come. So the first 100 people who come by and buy merch are going to get free ticket to that. And I'm so stoked on the new Peachy merch that's coming out. You guys are gonna get the first dibs who are at the pop-up shop. But yeah, I'm just kind of feeling high on the community here, and I'm stoked for it to evolve and include you guys even more. If you have suggestions, leave a comment down in the description below. And also, I will be there at the pop-up, not just my clothes, but my physical person. I'll be there when it opens up for a couple hours, and then I'll be back around 5:30 or 6 before that panel to say what's up and take some selfies. Anyways, that's why I love New York, the people. When we're starting to throw Hustle NY parties on Mars, then it'll be fun to come back to this video and look at what it used to be. I referenced a lot of stuff in this video. I'll link as much stuff as possible down in the description below. Until next time, guys, stay peachy. Okay, bye!